Good evening. Richard Irving, Vice Chairman of the Middle East Forum. Thank you to Mr. Hammer and to Ambassador Wallace. Now I'm truly honored to introduce Masih Alinejad, a courageous Iranian human rights activist and journalist living in exile in the United States. She's best known for launching the My Stealthy Freedom and White Wednesday campaigns, acts of civil disobedience that empowered millions of Iranian women to resist the Islamic Republic's compulsory hijab laws. Forced into exile in 2009, Alinejad has since become one of the most powerful voices speaking out against the regime's repression, especially its treatment of women. Her activism has come at great personal risk. On July 31st, 2022, U.S. federal authorities thwarted an Iranian-backed plot to assassinate her at her home in Brooklyn, a chilling reminder of the threats she faces for challenging tyranny. Iranian operatives were later charged in connection with the plot. Alinejad has received multiple honors for her work, including the Geneva Summit for Human Rights and Democracy Women's Rights Award, and being named one of Time Magazine's 2023 Women of the Year. Please join me in welcoming Masih Alinejad.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Oh, thank you so much. I am very, very honored to be here tonight at Middle East Forum. Thank you so much, Mark. You are an amazing ally for Iranian people. We had two distinguished speakers. I have to admit that I really wanted to be to this event. Only 2 weeks ago, I had surgery, and my doctors advised me to rest at least for 1 month. Yeah, I never listened to any advice. That's very obvious. Because I didn't want to miss this event. So if anything goes wrong, I'm really counting on any doctors in the room to jump in. Deal? My name is Masih Alinejad. Yes, thank you for an amazing introduction. You missed a lot of assassination plots, which I'm going to talk about it. But let me ask you a question. I really want to start by asking a question. Maybe you know the answer, because I am really fed up with the negotiation is taking place right now. Yeah. Why do all American presidents are so desperate to get a deal with the biggest sponsor of terror, the Islamic Republic? Some people say diplomacy involves talking to your enemies. I get that. But why repeating the bad deal over and over and over? Believe me, a deal that empowers the Islamic Republic, the biggest sponsor of terrorism, is a bad deal. Some people in America always tell me that why should we care about Iran? Why should we care about the region that is thousands of miles away from us? They are right. When I first came to America, I was puzzled by a phrase. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But as a person coming from Middle East, living under authoritarian regime, having experienced the Sharia laws, going to prison, being treated like second-class citizen, seeing my mother, my sister on TV to disown me, seeing my brother being in prison, my women who send photos and videos to me being tortured to confess against themselves and against me, living under Islamic Republic, I am telling you that what happens in the Middle East does not stay in the Middle East. The Islamic Republic is one of the most deadlier virus. The Islamic Republic is a cancer. And that is why, if we do not get united to end this cancer, believe me, this cancer will end us everywhere. But there are people here, they say America first. How should I convince them? Let me tell you something. For the Islamic Republic, America is first too. The first thing that they want to do to destroy America. The first thing that they teach us from the age of 7 is to shout death to America. And believe me, my brothers and my sisters, and forgive me, I was one of them. I was brainwashed to chant death to America alongside millions of school children because we were told that we should shout death to America so loud so the White House would shake. And I did. And that's why I know how they operate. This is the regime. If you don't care about miles away from Iran and you see America first, this is the regime that they want to expand and export their ideology everywhere. So think about your own children. Not all wars are fought with guns and bullets. There is a war of ideologies, war of narratives. They are brainwashing your children. They are brainwashing the youth at university campus. The future leaders are being brainwashed to hate America. And I keep hearing that. When the youth are saying that, I am Hamas, it breaks my heart. When the youth say that, Osama bin Laden is their hero. Because suddenly, they found a letter from Osama bin Laden to President of United States of America. It went viral on social media, and now they're calling Osama bin Laden his hero. And later, they will call Ali Khamenei a hero. That is the tactic of the Islamic Republic. So for those who say America first, believe me, the first target for the Islamic Republic is destruction of American values. And when we, the people of Iran, especially the women, are fighting against the Islamic Republic, we're trying to protect America as well. We are trying to protect democracy. Oh my God, how ironic. I said death to America, I got goosebumps. But the country that I wished death for saved my life, gave me a second life. And this is the America that I'm proud of, not the America that is negotiating with my killers. I am a survivor of assassination plots. Before coming on a stage, I was questioned by my friend, my new friend, how it feels. And I said, I go on a stage everywhere, and I say, I have no fear. It's a badge of honor. Come and kill me. But you cannot kill the ideas of fighting for freedom. You can kill me, but there are millions of women inside Iran resisting the mullahs. You mentioned about one plot. The guy was arrested in front of my house with AK-47 to kill me. I saw the guys with my own eyes. Because I grow sunflowers in my garden in Brooklyn, I have the most beautiful garden in America. And I thought the guy was taking pictures and admiring my garden. I didn't know that he was there to end my life. So thanks to the FBI, they arrested him, but that was not the only one. Last November, just days after presidential election, 2 more men were arrested, and they were plotting to kill me at Fairfield University, where I was scheduled to give a talk. So you all read about this, but you all came here to listen to me. That is beautiful. That is the America that I love a lot, that you don't have fear, because I love so much, I might share my bullets with you. So that is the America that I'm so proud of. When the assassination plot, before the assassination plot happened, before the kidnapping plot happened, When I came to America, I asked my husband that, do you know the neighbors? And my husband he's an American, he said that. Why should I know the neighbors? I said, I'm coming from Middle East. Well, we should know the neighbors. So he went to Bloomberg. He came back, and I said, I know the neighbors. They're amazing. And he said, how? I said, I just knocked the door, and I said, can I have a glass of wine with you? And my husband said, no, you didn't. You definitely offered them a bottle of wine. I said, no, when they opened the door, they had a lot of wine in their houses. They didn't know who I am. But as soon as they read the news, they watched the news on CNN, on Fox, everywhere, this time they were the one knocking the door, offering me food. One of my neighbors said, if you want to hide somewhere, my house. Those are the neighbors that they had the sign of supporting President Trump, the sign of supporting Kamala Biden. One of them had the sign of supporting Bernie Sanders. And I didn't know really who Bernie Sanders is. But when it comes to support their fellow citizens, their neighbors, they were all united. They were all together. They never asked about my political views. When it comes to national security, to supporting your fellow citizens, you all get united. But do you think that the American policymakers are as united than Americans when it comes to end terrorism? No. 3 presidents tried to get a deal from Islamic Republic. First, President Obama sent secret letters to Ali Khamenei. Right after when people took to the street, the Green Movement happened. The secret letters empowered the Islamic Republic. He was trying to get a nuclear deal. Next, President Biden, who actually called me a hero after surviving Assassination Plot, sent me a letter, but at the same time, handed billions of dollars to the same hostage takers, to the same kidnappers, to the same killers, eased sanction, and chased another deal with the Islamic Republic. And now here we are. President Trump, who once said that the Islamic Republic has never won a war, but it has never lost a negotiation. President Trump is also negotiating with the same regime to get a nuclear deal. From what we know, the talks are limited only to nuclear issues, ignoring human rights, ignoring acts of terrorism, and only focus on nuclear issue. Ordinary Iranians do not care about nuclear issue at all. The only people that really care about nuclear is the people in DC. Ordinary Iranians like me, let me confess that. I once believed in reforming this regime, like millions of Iranians, and we tried that. We participated in different elections, which now we call it selections. And now we want to bury this regime. Millions of Iranians, believe me, when you talk to them, they say this is the regime that they execute people for simply protesting. This is the regime that they kill teenagers. They kill women for showing their hair. I have a lot of hair. I get killed for showing my hair. Massive hair. I can get killed multiple times because I have too much hair. But this is the regime in 21st century punish you for your hair, and you want to negotiate with this regime. So none of the people that I talk in Iran believe that this regime can be reformed. It seems the only people that want to still believe that this regime can be reformed are the presidents of the United States of America. Yes. So, my hair is good or it's a mess? Finally, how we help Iranians? That's a question a lot of people ask me. So I am here to tell you, we don't want Americans to save us. Just try not to save the Islamic Republic. Yes, anytime when people of Iran manage to shake the regime, and honestly, people take to the streets and shake the regime, then the presidents of the United States of America try to shake the hands of the same regime. So, second, where is the maximum pressure? We heard that a lot, no? No, honestly, negotiating with the Islamic Republic, with the terrorist regime, is not maximum pressure. It is legitimizing one of the most barbaric regimes. Yes, and I am shocked. In 1970s, the US Congress passed the Jackson-Vanik Act, limiting any deal with the Soviet Union to its human record. We need the same thing right now to limit any deal and any negotiation with the Islamic Republic. It is shocking that no one talks about human rights. We keep hearing that the US officials always say that we stand with the people of Iran. We literally want you to sit down with people of Iran, the same way that you sit down with killers. So the third is to get people of Iran, to get the opposition, to get pro-democracy fighters involved in negotiation as well. We need to go beyond the idea of hashtag diplomacy. Enough of condemning executions, human rights abuse on social media. And most important than this, I strongly believe that democratic countries must embrace the idea of regime change. I know some Americans, they're allergic to regime change. I'm only allergic to dictators. And that's the logic. We should all be allergic to dictators. Because whether you want or not, we want to change this regime. Because we strongly believe that. We strongly believe that eliminating Hamas was a blessing for the Middle East. Eliminating Hezbollah's leader was a blessing for the Middle East. Eliminating Qasem Soleimani. People were celebrating in Iran and across the Middle East. The only people were mourning for the death of these terrorists, bunch of terrorists, were people again in the West, calling them negotiators of peace, calling them the national heroes of the Middle East. And I am here to tell you, eliminating terrorists is not tragedy. It is a sign of justice. And if you think that I am promoting violence by saying that, think about the time when Osama bin Laden was eliminated. What happened in America? People were seeing that as a sign of justice for the victims of September 11, no? So what is different between people of America and people of Iran? We have to see the same justice. Islamic Republic is in its weakest point in the history. Hezbollah smashed, Hamas crushed, Bashar Assad gone. For years and years, the Islamic Republic officials and their lobbyists in the Middle East were warning us that if we get rid of the Islamic Republic, Iran is going to be another Syria, chaotic. Bashar Assad is gone. What is happening in Syria? I know it's early days, but my people, my friends from Syria, are planning to go back home, hugging their families. No regime is more chaotic than the Islamic Republic. Ali Khamenei is not going to last forever. But believe me, the West is not ready for his death. So, getting rid of Islamic Republic will benefit the rest of the world. And believe me, a Middle East without Islamic Republic will guarantee global security. So don't be allergic to regime change. Be allergic with dictators and stand with the people of Iran in their fight against tyranny. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope one day I invite you to Iran and you will see that we, the people of Iran, are better allies to Americans, to Western countries, to democratic countries compared to these backward mullahs. Thank you so much.